I just gave you a mouthful, but I want to get your thoughts. I want to stop here and get your thoughts. So, how do you feel like it's going in terms of communication? How should companies approach this topic? How do they manage the world of dispatch with their field teams?
If I can be completely transparent, I don't know. That's the answer. Um, it's madness for us. It's been madness for 5.5 years. What I'll start with is I think we're very fortunate in that you and I are very similar. So this doesn't bother us as much right now. It's
As much as
starting,
our wives.
right. It's starting to
Yeah.
bubble up to where it is because we're getting even more busy. But we are fortunate in the sense that we have employees that also haven't complained too much about the burden of how much we ask them to communicate every day. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. Um, that like I don't care how much my phone goes off or how much folks are asking for me to like electronically communicate, email, text, WhatsApp, whatever. But I would say I'm in the minority in that regard. Like most of the world, they probably prefer texting over phone calls, but they don't prefer to text all day long.
Yeah.
Like they don't want their little fingers going like this. So I get it. Your
I mean, I
sentiment earlier.
have, dude, I have days where at the end of the day, you and I have texted so many times with our guys that this joint right here is literally swollen and it hurts.
Well,
I'm
that's you
like,
just
I've got to stop it.
you got to get on the workout plan. You don't do the ball crunches and what.
No, man, I gotta start working this baby. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's the one part of our business that I don't have a great answer for. And I think if we had the fortune of seeing how other specifically junk removal companies operate, I think you're going to get a smorgasbord of different models that people have in play. So like for a large franchise company like 1-800 Got Junk, I'm sure it looks a lot like what you mentioned. They've got a
Yeah.
dedicated call center. The field team never answers phone calls. Everything gets routed through that call center, and the field team maybe only gets pulled in if it's like a very unique request or it's a large job and the customer won't agree to an on-site, but 1-800 Got Junk really wants to get the job, so they may pull in a local team to be like, hey, let's at least get an estimate here to see if we can get this customer to agree to have us come out. So I do think that's one model is bypassing the field altogether, having a dedicated call center or person if you're on the small side, you only do single location operation, managing everything and leaving the giving them the autonomy to price jobs how they see fit, and hopefully that works out. You get enough on the books, and we get on site, and the close percentage is high. But you and I both know that's why we don't do it is because
Yeah.
there's so many nuances to this industry that if we tried to play the hands off model at least too early with new folks we bring in, our business is going to suffer, right? I mean, I can just run through the examples in my head right now of things that would be very negative for our business. You turn over the phones to somebody after, you train them for a week or two and you think they're good, and they start turning down jobs because they don't think we do it, or they start, trying to give out estimates over the phone that are way out of whack, or they start to they don't give customers anything that they need. Every phone call they answer is like, "Oh, I'm new here. Let me get back to you," and then that lead's gone. We both know it. Like speed to quote, speed to get on site, all that stuff is imperative in this business. So my answer is I don't know. I think it matters very kind of context matters and where you're at with your business. How many trucks do you have? How many guys do you have? How many locations? Do you have anybody that is dedicated to the phones? What are you trying to get to? For us, it's we have a dedicated team, and that's you and I and a few others, and we're trying to get to a franchise model where we have a lot of locations, and so we know that how we do it today is unsustainable. So we have to think of other ways to go about it. But um, I don't know. I guess the long and short of it is that it's a massive problem, likely for many firms that are not the one man show, not the one man shops. I'll go in these Facebook groups and I'll see guys comment about, oh, I'm booked out 3 weeks in advance, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense in this
Yeah.
business. Anybody that's allowing you to book them 2 or 3 weeks in advance for a junk removal job is just pulling your leg. Like, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say, like they're not waiting that long to get the dog. Just call the next guy. Um, But I think that's the
But
key is where you're at in your business.
yeah, but you know what's funny about that, Kevin Hayford? You know, he and I